Hey, everybody. I'm Jeff Pollard at solarpoweredpeople.org and Jeff Pollard 11 on Instagram. We have another cool episode with another cool person. Please, who are you, sir? Tell me about yourself.
Hey, Jeff, and hey, everyone. My name's Jamiah Hargins. I'm the founder of Crop Swap LA. And what we do with my organization is we grow food on unused spaces in ways that create social equity, jobs, and water retention.
Whew. No, that's
Yeah,
cool because you know, Crop Swap LA, you're in Los Angeles. That's a concrete jungle.
indeed. It is everywhere. And
Yes.
even some of the green spaces are dry. So yeah, you definitely have to be thoughtful about water. So we figured out how to, irrigate our crops, which recapture the extra water
Okay.
and capture rainwater when it does come.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, for anyone who's not terribly familiar with Los Angeles, we're not like the most rain-heavy town. And also we apparently like to have more buildings than land sometimes. So everything you're doing is awesome. The fact that you're like feeding us and teaching us and applying more green around our gray is
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks. Yeah,
Uh,
we're really doing our best.
how did this get started?
Yeah, it was 2018. My first daughter had just arrived the year before.
Congrats.
And I was starting to think, once she gets off of the breast milk, what else are we going to feed her in LA? And it's just really not great options for yourself or anyone of any age, to think about what we have. And so prices are out of our hands. There's a lot of things as a parent that I just felt were out of my control. So I went to my backyard and grew food and figured out that it's actually produced way more than I needed. Maybe enough to have others come by and have what we called crop swaps in my backyard, and they'd come by and swap their crops. But then we said, well, let's grow food on front yards, and found money here and there and ways to do it, to renovate a front yard, like landscaping wise, to have a fountain and in-ground reservoir and produce food for 25 to 45 families each. For now, we're doing that for 70 families, and my staff of 17 operates under a budget of $1.8 million here in Los Angeles to do that continually.
That's so awesome that just in that
Thanks.
short span you built your very helpful empire. I love that.
Thanks.
Um, have been people been like really receptive? Like I would love to hear about any obstacles you may have come across or just like, what are I'm sure there's a lot of city logistics maybe or something. I can't imagine.
Yeah, there's a lot of everything. And you mentioned, neighbors. Now, in terms of obstacles, we face almost zero.
That's
We
cool.
have had minor obstacles, logistics, kind of administration, or, dealing a little bit in the public. But at each point, it's about 1% of everything. 99% of it is a lot of encouragement, honking and smiling at our work
Very cool.
as they drive by, and additional funds or doing people's best to support us. Now, as a leader, it's a very different challenge. Keeping focused on growing food for the community, making sure that the staff are adequately supplied with resources and encouragement as we do this important work.
Now forgive my ignorance, but like, were you like, every other person, you just started off kind of like, this is what I mean, I heard you with your daughter and you wanted to feed her. Was that the extent of your experience? And did you just kind of grow your wisdom after that? Or did you come from something like a different background or what?
Yeah, I'm fortunate that my dad was a really uh, handyman.
Okay.
And I also had the support in the early phases of Crop Swap LA
Okay.
from mentors of mine to help us do the landscaping, planning, design, and things of that I didn't have knowledge on.
Okay.
So thankfully, the community engagement, I was always kind of a community man. I could find friends and network well around. But what came in handy was learning that. So now our team, we all know that irrigation work. We know how to install a waterfall. It's a pondless waterfall that
Mhm.
supplies 5,000 gallons of extra rainwater for your family in times of crisis. So we know how to do that.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I love that just because it's always fun when you're like, well, did you have a background in it or not? And then I'm like, he did it? That's even more amazing.
No, I didn't. Yeah, yeah. My background was in stock trading, and
Awesome.
yeah, and also in recruiting. So when I come now in this world, obviously I think about food and pricing and micro and macroeconomics, but then I think about how it works with staff and HR, pricing, budgeting, lots of PR. I went to public policy school for grad school, and various little skills come into play so that you can diplomatically navigate this the right way. But yeah, I write a whole book on that one day.
No, yeah, perfect, right? And I'm glad that you were able to integrate all past wisdom into this, like everything else in life. But anyway, I do want to know, and this could be kind of a lengthy conversation at the same time, but like, what is the structure of this? Like, from I found a piece of land, then what? How does that? Can you
Right.
give us broad strokes on that?
Absolutely. So, um, hundreds of people have come to us offering extra little strips of land or their whole yards or a whole empty lot or sometimes swaths of land somewhere else. And we have that list. And what we do is we evaluate it based on how close it is to our headquarters in Leimert Park in LA and decide, is it large enough and something we can manage and something we can keep going forever. So we do a very thorough analysis that includes the location, the homeowner, landowner, and where we can sell it. And then our team goes out to build either a very simple garden there or something that we call a micro farm. And that's designed to sell either in a CSA locally to people within 1 mile, or we sign up chefs and owners of food trucks to buy that food from us as well. And we show up to markets with the extras, but most of our focus is on distributing that food hyper locally.
Oh, great, because I wouldn't say I'm business savvy, but the fact that you kind of reduce costs for shipping and stuff like that, that's huge, huge.
Yes, yes.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. How can somebody volunteer? Like, please
Mhm.
tell us the steps for that. Do they go online? What's the process for that?
Yeah, well, there are numerous ways to get involved. You can come by any Sunday, 7 to 11, to the headquarters, which is in Leimert Park at 3753 Degnan. And that's on our website. You can find every Sunday, 7 to 11, with the exception of some holidays. But if you're not nearby and you can't help out in person, you could chip in some cash, send it over online. We're doing a fundraiser called Food Independence. The idea is that every aspect of the food supply chain in the vertical should be independently acquired by our neighborhoods. They should be able to have that on their own. And we're starting examples of that here. So join us and support that way, or other opportunities that you have around to do speeches. I love to do public speaking and would love to speak at your organization. So call us up and we can talk.
Awesome. Perfect. I love that. I like to tell people that all his information in this video will be found where information is found in the bio section and all that. So you can find them that way. And then obviously you can also search crop swap LA. And I want to finish this with just one easy question.
Hmm.
If you could make the world a better place, just with your advice and stuff like that, or just something that you do on the daily, whatever it may be. It could be simple as reading a book or just whatever. What is that wisdom that you can give to somebody to make their life a little bit better, a little bit happier, make the world a little bit better?
Well, on an individual level, if everyone could try to grow food, it sounds simple, but it does change your life. And on a societal level, if growing food were compulsory or if there were a tax break for people if they chose to grow food, then that would significantly change society, the conversations, but I don't know if that's the goal. So, I think we have to uh, change leadership to have that mindset where we're looking for solutions that actually improve society. So, for now, those of us individually can make that choice. Plant one seed, plant one plant, um, water it religiously, and do your best to keep it going, and just see what happens in your own life. The conversations that ensue from it and how it affects your life.
Oh man. Just to add on to that, there's just so many fun benefits into trying it. I tried it myself. Don't be discouraged if it's unsuccessful because I did mine during a heat wave at one point. Did not know that. But thank you so much. I mean, that there's so much truth. I mean, imagine if we could just feed everybody just with with one tree that we had, or one bush, or one. So I appreciate that so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having this great chat. I hope to have you again sometime. And goodbye, everybody. Have a good one.
Thanks, Jeff. Bye, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Guess what? I wrote an illustrated children's book. I am super excited for this. It's a great book. So please support. Please buy. Please do whatever you feel like doing. The Giraffe and the Lion. Find it anywhere. Thanks, everybody.